it's Paul, and today I'm an old man with a Bora Miterix Angle Duplicator. A what? One of these. Let's go have a look. First video today, we're going to talk about the Bora Miterix. And we're going to see it in action. The whole point of the Bora Miterix is to take angle measurements from things like skirting board or baseboard as the Americans call it, door trim, architrave, whatever you want to refer to it as. But the issue you have is that very rarely are walls built in an exact 90-degree corner. So if you cut your skirting board or baseboard on a 45-degree angle, then you'll be lucky if there isn't a gap in the joint at the corner. So, the whole point of the Bora Miterix is to take that angle and convert it to your mitre saw. So, in its stowed state, the Bora Miterix is like this. You loosen the adjusting screw, you slide out the side pieces, and you set it to the wall angle. Hold it tight against the wall, do the screw up, and you're good to go. So that is the angle of the wall corner. Next up, mitre saw. So previously I showed you the Bora Miterix and we set the angle for the skirting board cut. So now what you do, and this is blissfully simple, you take the Miterix, you pull on it smartly, and one side of it comes off. Why on earth would you want to do that? Because all you do now is you slide that back, that retains your angle, and that gives you the angle that you want to set the saw at to cut either side. So what we're going to do is adjust the saw to that point. So I'm going to lock the saw in the down position, and I'm going to put my Miterix against the side guard. So what we're looking for now is the Miterix to be flat against the rear face of the job rest and snug up against the blade, and that's not bad. So here's my first cut with the Miterix set up. And now I want the opposing angle to cut for the other run. So I need the saw set exactly the same, but I need to cut it from the other side. Various ways of doing it. You can change the angle of the saw, but I always work on the basis that if I've set the saw angle once, I only want to set it once and I don't want to do it again. So what you can do is you can turn the workpiece upside down. So the first cut we made was like that. Now we've got the workpiece upside down for the other half, and that will give us the opposite angle. So let's make the second cut. Now I've got my two angles, so we can go and try them on the wall. So back at the site now, and I marked up the two pieces of timber. The two pieces of, they're actually architrave, not skirting, but it will do for the purposes of this demonstration. These are the two done with the Miterix. I put them in place against the existing. Got a slight issue here because the architrave has got a warp in it, as it has down here, but to be fair, it's not bad. So here's the pieces cut with the Miterix, doing it the new way with activator and Mitre adhesive. Don't be tempted to spread it out with your finger, otherwise you'll stick your finger to it. If you're doing it on the customer's floor, put a bit of paper down first, press it together, hold it for a few seconds, so here's the pieces I cut with the Miterix, glued up, ready to put in place. Fits reasonably well. There's a small gap at the back here, but nothing that you couldn't fill with a little bit of cork and get away with it. If you actually look at this existing one here, it's got quite a thick cork line, probably the best part of about 2.5 mil, 3 mil, heading for that sort of size, 1/8 of an inch, say. So that one doesn't look bad. That's the Miterix, and then I'll stand the Angle Finder one in place. That was the one done with the Silverline Angle Finder. Equally not too bad. The cut wasn't quite as good on this. I must have leant on the blade a little bit as I cut it, and I've just taken that top edge off, which was not clever, but in practice you could actually sand that up a bit. But in fairness, probably again, you don't need to. You could just put a tiny bit of cork in the top, or a little bit of fitter or whatever. But if you look at the joints on the actual corner on either of them, there's not much to be chosen between the two. Both perfectly acceptable and a good finish. So that's the video of the Bora Miterix. Do I like it? Yes, I do. It does the job. As you've seen, the finish that I got wasn't bad. If I compare it to the job I did with the Angle Finder, let me just turn it round, the cut wasn't hugely different. You can see a very small difference there, but to be fair, we're talking building dimensions here, we're not talking engineering, so you're not going to get it accurate to 1/1000th of an inch. So would I buy it again? Yes, I would. It does the job, and I'm quite happy with using it. So hopefully that's been of help to you. If it has, please like and subscribe. Click on the end to see some of my other YouTube videos. Have a look at my website, oldmanwith.com. That's what I've got, all my tool lists and all the rest of it. If you want to buy a Miterix, there's a link to it below, or on my tools page on my website. Feel free to go and have a look. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.